Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It is a very big episode as it is episode 20, 20th week straight that we have published a CO Sports Talk episode. So thank you for joining us on this journey. We are one sub away from 50. So if you haven't, press subscribe. And, the Euros are underway. There's been some exciting matches so far. NBA playoffs are in full swing. MLB season's going well. The Giants are doing well. And a little update on the NHL playoffs as well. So we got some things to dive in today.
And new segment alert, college baseball. We're going to briefly talk about that. We're going to try to talk about everything, but very short, trying to keep this one under 20 minutes because our last one ran long, but let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Our last CO Sports Talk episode 19. The Giants went on a little road trip further, and it was a little tough road trip, to be fair. I mean, we went 3-3, but as a Giants fan, this disgusted me. I mean, 3-3 isn't even the problem. It's the offense. Simply disgusting, the offense. This last series against Nationals, I mean, the Nationals should be mad because they deserve the sweep, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if we were playing another team besides the Nationals, we probably would have gotten swept. I mean, our pitching did well enough, and I guess that was the one positive, but our offense was not to caliber, and it just wasn't to expectation. I mean, we scored 4 runs. I mean, 3 runs in 4 games, which is just like we got shut out twice. It's just really embarrassing. We won the first game 1-0, then we lost 2-0, then we won 2-1, and then we lost 5-0. So, just an awful series there. And then the series before in Arlington against the Rangers, we won the first game by a good margin. That's when the offense was clicking. Brandon Crawford, 2 home runs, big day for him. And then we got walked off the second game. So we split both series, but yeah, just was not a very good week for the Giants.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these guys just struggled in Texas. Or the first game there was probably the best game offensively. Tauchman had that big grand slam, and he also has to come up big when everyone gives up on him because let's be real, he's not a great hitter. He's not an average hitter. He's a pretty terrible hitter. But his fielding makes him worth it and valuable on the field. Still don't know about an everyday player, but his fielding makes him amazing. I mean, it's electric when he makes these big plays in the field. However, I mean, his bat is just atrocious. And this Giants team, their age is kind of showing. I mean, they're 29.1 average age, eighth highest average age out of any pro team in the world. So it's kind of bad, but yeah.
I mean, about Mike Tauchman, I mean, he has big moments. And that's what I like about him. He's robbed 2 home runs this year. He had that big grand slam in Texas, but he doesn't come up consistent enough where I think he should be an everyday player. I mean, Kapler, we face right-handers more than we face left-handers. That's just how baseball works. There's more right-hand pitchers. And the way Kapler configures his lineup, he puts all a lefty-heavy lineup versus right-hand pitchers, which means Tauchman's pretty much in the lineup every day.
And Duggar's been great, but I still don't feel bad.
I'd rather have Slater than Tauchman 100%.
I'm starting to feel bad for Slater just because he's a righty. That's just kind of dumb, I feel like. And then, I mean, if there's a designated fielder position, I'd put Tauchman over it.
Sure. I mean, he's been our Gold Glover this year for sure. But
But one thing that does stay consistent for the Giants is our pitching. I mean, today quite a did struggle, but our pitching has stayed consistent all year. So that is awesome. Desclafani, this road trip, and he won us the game, but complete game on Thursday. And we continue to shove, so that is awesome. Even all these bullpen games where we don't even start a starting pitcher, we won one. So those are nice.
And with our bullpen scrubs too. I mean, Connor McNez, Dominic Leone, Zach Littell, Harleen. I mean, we can win games. I mean, with our pitching, guys just show up, but our offense needs to provide run support. I feel bad for Gosman. He got his first loss of the season due to us not being able to put any runs for him. Yeah. And we lost that game 2-0 due to Rob Manfred's Mickey Mouse doubleheader rule where the games were only 7 innings.
If you want to bring up, I mean, Tauchman has struggled, but if you think about the 3 most electric plays of the year, I think the Sock Man has an argument for having all 3. I mean, one.
I agree.
Obviously, Pujols, that's definitely the best one.
That's the play of the year. Yeah.
And this one is caught by Tauchman. He robbed him. Albert Pujols.
Then you got his grand slam in Texas.
Average in his career. And this one lined down toward that right field corner. That is trouble. That is a grand slam.
And then you got Juan Soto's rob that won us the game, or at least kept us away from extras.
That's right over the heart of the plate. Deep left center field. Still going back. Talkman leaps. And he did it again. He robbed a home run from Juan Soto. He took it right out of the bullpen. And Soto can't believe it, just as Albert Pujols couldn't believe it a couple of weeks ago.
So the sock man comes up clutch.
He does, the Walkman. I mean, he makes the big plays, but like I said, not consistent enough to stay in the everyday lineup for me personally. But Kepler obviously sees something in him. So, yeah. So,
Ricky Link going on or something.
Yeah. Yeah. So hopefully the Giants can bounce back from that subpar road trip.
And Madison Bumgarner coming back in for the first time with fans. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, yeah, Diamondbacks. Maybe they'll rock their new jerseys versus us. Those are kind of cool. The Serpientes. So, all right.
Also, shout out to the Rays, 41-24, best record in the MLB entering Sunday.
Yeah, respect. I mean, Rays are kind of like us. I mean, they kind of just got a bunch of mediocre players, but they play well together and they get the job done.
Oh, and real quick, they want to bring this up. 30 seconds on it. What is your thoughts kind of on this whole scandal that we're kind of starting to come with the pitchers thing? You know, I'm a weird dude. I kind of like pitchers dominating, but I understand that it is a little bit unfair, but it is the pitchers era now.
Yeah, it is a pitchers era. But I feel like pitching is getting a little too overpowered now. I mean, there's just a lot of substances going around. Bauer was kind of the person to point it out, but it's kind of obvious he's using them too.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the spin rates, last year all the Reds pitchers were at the top of the league. Now it's all the Dodgers pitchers. So wherever Bauer goes, he's sharing these substances. Garrett Cole is kind of
denying it too. His argument is he knew they were cheating and he's doing it to prove a point. But what I am worried about is MLB is going to put him as a scapegoat and he's going to get screwed for it. Even though Bowers, I mean, what he's doing is actually, I mean, he's proving a point kind of.
Yeah.
But I think they either got to let everyone do it, which is kind of what they've been doing, or they got to kind of, what I personally think should be the solution is they give them a kit. So no more spider tar, whatever it's called. Yeah. Just let them use the rosin, which they have been doing, and then mix it with sunscreen if they want to have like a kit for them that everyone can see. Because the spider tar thing is unfair. I mean, it gives a huge.
That's an obvious advantage. And Garrett Cole was, caught in a lie. I mean, it was a very tough question being asked to use it. You don't want to straight up lie and get caught, and you don't also want to admit to using it. So he kind of
And I actually poorly, but cheater. He actually has a reason. I think is literally everyone uses it. I mean, you're behind if you don't.
But he just happened to be the person they asked, and also DeGrom is pitching like one of the best seasons we've ever seen from a pitcher. That he's starting to get speculation for cheating. So I'm kind of on the fence. Like, is DeGrom really this good, or is he using substances as well? I'm not even sure.
Yeah. Well, you can't use it on the fastball. So as a 100-mile fastball is at least that's legit.
Yeah, but you can make it spin more. I don't know. Yeah. Spin rate.
All right. Well, that's your MLB talk for the week, folks.
Yes, sir. So now we will transition into NBA playoff discussion. And the Phoenix Suns have punched their ticket to the Western Conference Finals, as we love to see that, as they swept the Denver Nuggets. They completed the sweep today. And so they will go on to face the winner of Utah Clippers. The next game is Monday when you're probably watching this. And so, it's 2-1 Utah, and the Phoenix Suns will play the winner of that series. So, Casey, with the way that Phoenix is playing right now after completing a sweep of the MVP Nikola Jokic and his Denver Nuggets, do you think the Phoenix Suns are the favorite to make the NBA Finals, or do you think Utah or LA Clippers can be a challenger for them?
I think those Fagos are the favorites. I mean, at this point, they've been balling. Those Schlats beat the Nuggets 4-0, who have the MVP. I mean, the last time the MVP was swept was in 1976. So, I mean, maybe that's against the Jokic saying he's a fraud, or it's saying that the Suns are just a very special team. Anyways, I would say Suns Brooklyn would be a movie and a half if that happens. So I really think that's going to be what's happening right now. But, dude, they're very solid. I mean, Chris Paul just – even it doesn't really matter how many points he drops, and he was amazing tonight. But just leadership is so valuable for a team.
It is. I mean, you can see the Chris Paul effect. I've talked about it countless times before on this channel. I mean, just the way he can impact the team and how he turns an organization around, not even by scoring, but by playmaking, by leadership, like you just said. He was phenomenal tonight, 37 points. He and Devin Booker really led the way with Ayton playing pretty well as well. But yeah, like you said, Phoenix-Brooklyn is probably the matchup I would like to see the most. I think Utah can definitely give Phoenix a run for their money. I think that would be a really entertaining series to watch, kind of a big two with Phoenix and Booker and Paul, and then a big two with Mitchell and Gobert down there in Utah. So I think this could be a good matchup in Western Conference Final, and that's kind of what I want to see. And then moving on to the East, Milwaukee tied Brooklyn 2-2 today. Brooklyn is without Kyrie, who got injured today with an ankle injury, and then obviously Harden, who got injured 2 games ago. So Milwaukee tied this up, and people are kind of questioning how Durant is without superstars, and they're saying he needs superstars to win. So how do you think this series will turn out? You think Brooklyn will kind of figure things out without 2 of their stars missing, or do you think Milwaukee can take advantage?
I think Brooklyn still wins in 7 because I don't think Kyrie's that serious, and I do think KD still is top 2, maybe even best player in NBA, not the MLB still. So I mean, I still am confident in Brooklyn, but today, gotta give credit to PJ Tucker. Even though KD went 20 plus on him, PJ did shut him down a little bit. Had a very solid defensive game. He's kind of a pester, so I love pesters on defense like that. Always respect
like Patrick Beverley.
Love it. Jinx right there. Love that. And then, so yeah, very solid game from the Bucks today. But I still am confident in Brooklyn. And then for the other match here with Atlanta and Philly, I was confident in Atlanta after that first game, but I feel like Philly is a stronger team and they're going to win in 6 now.
I think Philly got it in 5 personally. I think that first game went to Atlanta, but after that, Philly's going to take it from here. So we might see 2 1-2 matchups in the conference finals for the East and West, respectively. But yeah, I mean, I'm assuming you want Phoenix to win it all, or how's it looking?
I would say so. Yeah, Phoenix is my favorite team left, along with the Hawks.
Yeah, I mean, I like Phoenix. I want Phoenix to win too, but I honestly I don't mind the Brooklyn Nets. Like a lot of people hate them. I think it's kind of cool to see those.
As much as I hated Harden in the days when he would beat up on our Warriors, I kind of want him to get a ring because I think he's an amazing player. And
I mean, yeah, he's kind of
deserved it those years in Texas or in Houston when he was balling out for us and couldn't win.
But at the same time, I think Chris Paul is more deserving of a ring.
True, absolutely, yeah.
Or plus, he has less time to win one. I mean, Harden. These 3 can come back next.
Griffin and Blake deserves one
for sure. I wish they could win it together, but
yeah, facts. Kawhi already got one. Don't care about Paul George. Donovan's too young. Rudy's still young. So like the older guys you want, they're like Chris Paul exactly. Embiid's still kind of young. Simmons still young. Trey's obviously very young. So yeah, I would say Suns versus Brooklyn because then one of those older guys are gonna get it.
And Giannis getting a ring would be cool as well, but he still has time.
Meh.
No, you're not a big Giannis guy?
I don't know. He'll get it eventually.
Yeah, probably. If it's in Milwaukee, who knows?
That'd be humor. All right. Well, there you have it, folks, for the NBA. Next time we see you, we'll have the Western and Eastern Conference Finals set, so that'll be interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be a movie. So, see you guys then.
Transitioning here to college baseball, but we're going to give a quick NHL update for all you loyal fans. The Avs lost. I mean, shocking, appalling events there. We were confident on them, not going to lie. We screwed up. But the Golden Knights won. Good for Vegas, and they will play the Montreal Canadiens, who are looking hot right now. The battle of the Suzuki-Pizova trade that happened a couple of years ago. Very interesting. And because they got traded for each other. And then on the other side, we have the Islanders, my Islanders, who beat the Bruins, and they will play the Lightning. So there you go. 4 teams left.
It's going to be interesting. Looking forward to the Stanley Cup Finals.
Canadians would be a movie.
Thanks.
All right, so now we're talking about some college baseball here. Very new segment. But as you can see here to the left of your screen, we're going to explain it a little bit. But there's 64 teams that make the tournament, and 16 of them kind of host it. So those are the ones on the top left here, or on the left side. They're the 1 seeds. So a couple of them, or that's not, and on the right side, it's the right side. But as you can see here, 16 teams make it, and then the 16 play each other, and 8 make it to Omaha. So right now, the Super Regionals are going on. So far, Arkansas, the number 1 team in the country, has lost. Shocking. They lost to North Carolina State. Stanford beat Texas Tech and finally made it to Omaha. Arizona won. Vandy won. Texas won. And Tennessee won. And tomorrow, Mississippi State and Notre Dame play. Winner makes it to the College World Series. And DBU plays Virginia, and winner makes it to the College World Series. So what are your overall thoughts, Oliver, and who do you like winning? There's 10 teams left. Who do you think will win it all?
I mean, I always like Vandy. I mean, they've always been good. I like Texas, and I like Stanford as a Stanford fan. So those are probably my 3 teams to look out for. And if Notre Dame can make it past Mississippi State, I always like the Irish. So, yeah. What about you?
Vandy has Kumar Rocker, one of the best pitchers in all of college, and will be a lottery pick, top 10 for sure. This MLB draft.
Top 3, yeah.
Yeah, he's very solid. He's definitely going to be the first college player picked. So he's going to be unstoppable. I mean, I think this Arizona team is very solid. I watched them today along with Texas. In North Carolina State,
they beat the number 1 team. So,
but then the winner of Mississippi State, Notre Dame, I think is going far. I think both those teams are very solid. Notre Dame crushed their regional, even though Michigan was in it, but they crushed it. It wasn't even close. So I think there could be very solid, but Mississippi State's also very good. Oh, and don't count Tennessee after that walk-off they had. That was incredible.
That was so electric, the Grand Slam. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to Omaha. Omaha is always a fun atmosphere. Anybody can win. Eastern Carolina won a few years ago. Just kind of random, but baseball is obviously different than football and basketball. Different kind of teams run it.
I haven't really been too into the baseball tournament this year, but until this year, it's really interesting actually the way they have the regionals, then super regional set up, and then obviously Omaha. So
I like the regionals because it's like little league style where there's a winner and losers bracket, but it's only like 4 teams. So so you can lose and still make it. So I like it. I'm looking forward to Omaha.
Yep, absolutely, and we will have the 8 teams a week from today for sure.
Yeah, we will. All right, so that's what we got on our new segment of Learn College Baseball. All right, so the Euros 2020, even though it's 2021, are in full swing. Not every team has played so far, or every country, I should say, but we've gotten a good taste of what's to come. And so we'll just kind of recap the games that have been played so far and what we've kind of seen so far, and then kind of project what's going on tomorrow when the games tomorrow that have yet to be played. So let's get right into it.
Go for it. Half the games have happened so far, or like half the teams I've played so far started on Friday with Italy and Turkey. It's kind of high on Turkey going into this tournament. Turns out they did not look too well or good at all, really. Lost 3-0 to Italy, who I don't even think is that good, but it didn't turn out too well, so that sucked for the Turks. But Switzerland, Wales next morning, like a 5 a.m. start. Like, it's getting ridiculous at this point, man. I can't wake up at 5. But saw the end. But they tied 1-1, so 1 point.
Yeah, pretty decent, better than losing. And then Group B, Belgium beat Russia 3-0.
Lukaku.
Lukaku 2 goals. Belgium looks scary. Definitely my favorite coming out of Group B by far. And then Finland takes a dub over Denmark. Let's talk about this game a little bit because, it was kind of scary for the world of soccer when Christian Eriksen went down, collapsed, and I believe the 42nd minute with an apparent with a cardiac arrest. So that was really scary, but luckily he's okay. Really scary to see Christian Eriksen go down like that.
At the start, it was kind of unclear what was happening really on TV. I kind of thought it just obviously I thought it was just unconscious, heat stroke, but it was really bad and kind of got more details today as everything resurfaced. And it's honestly crazy that this game even happened. Christian Eriksen was actually dead and they brought him back. He died actually, and they had to bring the defibrillator and bring him back and everything. So the fact that they played 2 hours later, or even actually it was an hour later, is a little bit weird. Denmark had to see their guy, and Denmark actually dominated the game at 20 shots. Finland had 1 shot and it went in, but shout out to them. I guess they capitalized on their one chance. It's a shame for Denmark, but I do think they will be the
Yeah.
one team or one of the 4 teams that gets third and advances or gets second.
Yeah, for sure. I kind of feel Denmark, losing Eriksson like that and then going out and losing, it's just kind of rubbing salt on the wound there. But yeah, scary, but I'm glad he is okay. So shout out Christian Eriksson, and I hope he can get back on the pitch sooner rather than later. So yeah, awesome for him to still be here with us. And then Group C, Austria played North Macedonia Bears today, and it was 3-1 Austria, who scored 2 late goals to move past North Macedonia. And then Netherlands beat Ukraine 3-2 in kind of a shootout there. So that was also a good game. And Casey, you were impressed with one of the goals there.
Yeah, well, first of all, don't get me started on how England versus Croatia is at 6 a.m. or 5:30 a.m., but you're going to put Austria, Macedonia at 9 a.m., like the primetime game? Like, dude,
oh my God.
Don't make me wake up at 5:30 for Croatia, England, one of the games of the year, and sit through Austria, Macedonia, but whatever. Austria, Macedonia, pretty all right game. I mean, Macedonia didn't look too well. Austria looked pretty solid, so good for them getting the dub. And then Netherlands, Ukraine was actually a great game. Love the color scheme, orange versus that blue. Oh, beautiful. And I mean, you got to know 2-0 is the most dangerous lead in sports, Netherlands. So they almost choked that. As you can see here, I'll leave it in right here. Yarmolenko, an absolute screamer, top left.
Absolute
I mean, unsafe. Screamer.
Yeah, that was a screamer, like you said. Just an absolute beauty of a shot from 18 out. And then Group D, there was one of these games had been played, and that was England, Croatia. Like he said, it was a really early game. None of us were up to watch it. But England won this one with a final of 1-0.
Yep. So, shout out to Raheem Sterling, got his first career goal in a major tournament. So good for him.
Yeah. Shout out.
England played well. It was a very even game, but it was a good game. Got to see the very end, final 30 minutes. Woke up pretty early for that, but got to see the goal actually. So that was good. Yeah.
And then Czech Republic, Scotland play tomorrow. Today, depending when you're seeing this, or they probably played while you're seeing this.
Like 4 a.m.
This is gonna be kind of a boring game, to be honest. And then also the other games that are tomorrow are Poland, Slovakia, another kind of snoozer. But but Spain, Sweden, I'm kind of looking forward to.
I'm excited for that color scheme. Should be interesting.
Yeah, it should be kind of.
They better not hit me with no BS like black jerseys or like the white.
I bet Spain's gonna wear like their black and blue ones.
Yeah, I hate those. Yeah, I want a nice red versus blue or something like that.
Or like white blue, or something like that. Or maybe Sweden wears their yellow kits. Who knows? But that should be a good one.
Yeah.
What's that?
I'm excited to see Spain. I think it's very interesting this tournament. But then Group F, I mean, look at that. It's just like someone needs to nerf this group. France, Germany, and Portugal, poor Hungary, as we've talked about. But France, Germany is going to be an insane game. I mean, all the games except whoever's playing Hungary are very impressive in Group F.
Yeah, I mean, Portugal, France, Germany, Portugal. I mean, they're all going to be bangers. So looking forward to this. And yeah, we will keep you updated on the matches going forward and see who advances out of each group. So it's going to be a good Euros. Absolutely. Excited. Me too. All right, ladies and gentlemen, episode 20 has concluded. An amazing episode, to be honest. We got NBA talked about here. We got MLB, the Giants talked about. The Euros, what we just started. College baseball, new segment alert. NHL, that's 5. And 6, the tennis, French Open ended today. Djokovic won. So shout out to Novak Djokovic winning again. Seems to only be 3 people in tennis that somehow only win. Yeah, that's talking tennis.
Yeah, I mean, Djokovic, Nadal, and Federer seem to be the only people who like to step up and win. Shout out Andy Murray too.
Andy Murray like once every blue moon, but it's really those 3.
Facts. He's kind of like a fourth in the world kind of guy.
Nadal's kind of a fringe guy to BH though, because like he's only wins on clay and he literally lost. So it's Federer, and also Federer's old. Djokovic is like 10 years younger, so I think he's gonna be the GOAT. No cap.
Yeah, no kids. But I'm very disappointed in Nadal. He's one of my favorite players, and not winning on clay when that's his specialty, just kind of very disappointing for the Nadal fans around the world.
When will we get like a good American man tennis player? I mean, Isner is good, but all he can do is serve. So
he's not gonna cut it. Yeah, he just serves fast, and it's like, oh.
He's like 6'11" though, which is electric, and he just serves it so hard, but no one seems to know how to get it. But then he can't do anything else. It's kind of funny. But yeah,
tennis is a pretty big sport in the U.S. And
yeah,
so, I don't know. Hopefully soon we'll have someone to root for. That's in real contention. That's a male. I mean, we obviously have. Female tennis is dominated by the U.S. with the Williams sisters, and like Czech Republic and that stuff. But
yeah, all those like Yugoslavian-ish countries.
You cannot pronounce their names. It's like I don't even know how to try. But yeah, so we're kind of just going on a tandem here on this outro. This was not scripted at all. We're just talking. So
follow us on Instagram. Constant story updates. Good music recommendations too.
Yeah, very good music and updates. If you're wondering about our upload schedule, so
yeah. And next week's episode, Oliver's gonna do a rare little non-sports thing and give a review of Polo G's new album. So get ready for that.
And Culture 3 too.
Yeah, well, yeah, whatever. Yeah.
All right. So we will see you guys for episode 21, and that is it for us. Peace.
See you.